VCE Math Methods integration. We're asked to evaluate the integral of sine of nx from 0 to n pi if n is odd. What I've done is I've taken a more algebraic approach. So what I've done is I've found the general integral for sine of nx in terms of n. So that'll be negative 1 on n cos of nx. And I'm substituting in the bounds n pi and minusing that from 0. So what I've got is a substitution here. And now I'm going to try and evaluate everything, but when n is odd. So cos of 0 doesn't matter, doesn't affect it by n. That's just going to equal 1. Cos of n squared pi is kind of complicated. If n is odd, that means that n squared is also odd. We could test this with a couple of numbers. For example, n is equal to 3. We know that n squared is 9. N is equal to 5. N squared is 25. So therefore, if you ever have an odd number and multiply by itself, the result is always odd as well. So therefore, we've got an odd number multiplied by pi. What's the significance of that? If we have an odd number multiplied by pi, that's always on the left side of the unit circle, which therefore means that cos of n squared pi is cos of an odd number multiplied by pi, which is negative 1. So this is going to be equal to negative 1, regardless of what n is, but as long as n is odd. Therefore, we can simplify this as 1 on n multiplied by 1, which is just 1 on n, and then we've got minus 1 on n multiplied by negative 1. So it ends up being double negative, which is a positive. Therefore, we've got 1 on n plus 1 on n, which is 2 on n as our final integral. Done.